Hello, everybody. How's it going? My name is Klaus. This is my house, and today we are over here again in Longfellow's cabin, and we basically have a good amount of stuff wrapped up. However, we do kind of have to fiddle with a couple things, and people are letting me know that it is possible for settlers to actually open the whatchamacallit, the boxcar doors, and we kind of can't have that. People were saying that they were a little bit derpy, and they would open them. They wouldn't. They wouldn't. I guess realize that they could walk there or something. We kind of have this one covered, but still, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So we have all of our walls up and ready. And that's pretty much good. So the next thing that we're really going to need to focus on here is getting ourselves a doorway into this particular area. This is really the only place to end up putting it because we don't have a lot of room anywhere else. And then we can just kind of like pepper the different types of walls around and get that kind of working for us. For the most part, today is going to be just kind of building this particular section. Oops. Then we got to fill in some of the. What am I thinking? We got to fill in some of the settlement with stores and all sorts of other crazy crap. As far as filling this stuff in with furniture goes, I don't think we're going to be showing a whole lot of it. It really boils down to how well I can kind of control the time, which I tend to do fairly poorly on in these last episodes, especially when we have as much stuff to do as we do today. For the most part, though, we should be getting through it decently well. But yeah, basically we want to set up our power first and then get ourselves going with some of this other stuff. Let's go ahead. You know what? Let's go the other way. I kind of think that these are going to look better from the outside. Yeah, you can't really tell a whole lot. But that's the way we're going to do it. Alright. We'll get that one. And I think this is going the other way. There we go. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. How did that get like that? There we go. Alright. That's what we needed. Okay, great. So we basically filled in this little area here. And I think John was saying... John was saying to put the stuff in our box cars. Which may not be a bad idea. I'm trying to think. I don't think people are going to be able to easily access this. So we can try and see if our generators will fit in this one. Hopefully they do. If they don't... This is pretty much the test here. Yeah, so they kind of don't. They kind of don't fit in there. This is kind of the issue with the sellers as well. These guys aren't really trying to do much, but they're the provisioners, and their cows tend to kind of go there. So it's slightly problematic. We might end up actually having trouble over here. I'm just not 100% at the moment. The other thing that I guess that's possible is we could put the power here, because it's unlikely that people would get there, but it's very exposed when it's not inside a building. So that has me slightly worried. I'm thinking maybe something like, well, I don't know. I don't want to do a whole lot of concrete construction over here, but I was thinking we could maybe get away with something like what we have over at Spectacle Island. In fact, if we get super lucky, we can just kind of like forget that's there and forget that's there. There we go. And maybe that. Oh, down please. Thank you. That one and that one and that one. We got ourselves a little square room. We probably don't really need a full square. Now that I'm thinking about it, but it's not gonna hurt us really. So I'm thinking that we do kind of warehouse size deal because it just makes the most sense. All right, and then we can go right to our roofs, and I'm thinking about those ones that just kind of angle themselves up. Now, as far as getting out, this is probably the best one. And what we can do is we can just go find one of those like upper halves of the windows that's a little bit broken, like that one, and we shouldn't have too much of a problem getting things out of that. And we just got to get our generators, and we should be pretty much all set. The other question is kind of like, how much power do we want? And I suppose if we can fit like 4 of these across, which it kind of looks like we can. Oh yeah. Yeah, so we can get a lot of power. But it sort of, once again, becomes one of these weird, oh god. It just seems wrong. Oh, maybe that's not a bad idea. It's almost sad that that's like the only way to go. Maybe we just try and directly exit from here. Yeah. Alright. I was thinking that we'd have something like this, maybe. I don't think... Oh, it does. Alright, so I'm going to be perfectly honest. I don't know if this makes much of a difference at all. I guess I'm kind of hoping that it is. For instance, like if this one got shot out and all these are connected to this one, does that stop the power from flowing to there? It might. And if it does, then that should kind of help defend against that. Anyways. That pretty much does it there. So if you guys have been around for the past couple episodes, you'll know that I have been talking about essentially just making a crazy death trap, which is exactly what we plan to do, what we've always planned to do. So we basically just want to watch. Holy moly! That was some serious thunder. But basically what we want to do is we just want to watch these paths and protect them as best as possible, because it essentially is exactly where we're going to be expecting our enemies to be coming from. And I don't know exactly how many of these we need. Typically speaking, these heavy laser gatlings are pretty spectacular and don't often let you down. So we should pretty good with that. As far as out here goes, we're definitely going to want to get these around over like that, like so. Here. Fuck. Holy shit. Okay, guys. Alrighty, everybody, we are back. That was a pretty crazy storm, I got to say. Luckily, though, nothing quite as crazy as what made me kind of take that break in the first place. All right, I think that should be good. There's nothing that I think we really need to put one there for. Now, really, what's gonna have to happen is this other side is gonna need some lovin', some McLovin', and we'll go do that. I suppose right now, I mean, we could put some more stuff here. I suppose this is yeah, probably the one area that that deserves it, just because it is our entrance area. Now, the one thing that concerns me is that we still have some people hanging out over there, which is just generally worrisome. That makes me think that's not gonna cut it. I really hope that cuts it. I mean, the other way to do it, I don't like it, is by putting like stairs there and going down, maybe. Just seems problematic. Maybe it could be argued that you could do something here. It's possible. Trying to think about this here. If we were to, well, it could be even here. I mean, is that kind of worth it? I'm just worried people won't be able to get in. And I like the one entrance. I really, really like the one entrance idea of this all. But at the same time, you know, I want people to be able to get in. We're not trying to be too crazy here. I think this will actually work out pretty damn well. Let's go ahead and just add in something like this. And it's a good way to do this. Maybe something like that. And then down. Is that viable? I mean, it's semi-viable, it looks like. Sort of. If we do this, we just modify the position and we move it down by 40. What is that like? And then can I put another one? I can. And then this way we can get something like, oh, back, there we go, like that down there. And this should be more flush to the ground. Yeah. Seems fair. Seems fair enough. Let's go ahead and get that going. Get that there, and probably need to make this one. There we go. All right, I think that's not getting in the way of anything. Doesn't look, well, maybe a little bit. I don't think that's going to end up being a problem. Besides, with the post here, this is not really where people are going to be walking. I don't necessarily see them wanting to walk their way on over here. In fact, we lost one. We lost one as we did that, but that's okay. I still think that's decently safe. I worry that we might not have enough defense there. Oh, no, she was hiding. She's over there. Okay, well, let's go ahead then and just add some more defense. When you think that you don't have enough, you know, you might not. You might not. And why not have that one there as well? So if there's a large group of them, they'll probably get past this front area, depending. So it'd be good to definitely have one over here that's maybe facing backwards. We should have enough power for this, so I'm not super duper worried about it. The one thing that I think we really should probably do right off the bat, now that we're kind of getting into the power groove, is to place our lights around. Now, I think I brought this up earlier, but I really, really like these lights specifically. They just kind of look the best, especially when it comes to the fogginess. Not that the other ones didn't necessarily, but there was um, some kind of like I don't want to say malfunction, but I just thought the other ones would have been better, the cage ones, and they ended up not really being all that good. So we're gonna kind of avoid those for now. As you can kind of see, we also have this nice little snaky nature to our settlement, where it's fairly easy to get around, but it's not super duper straightforward either. So I look at that as a good thing. Ah, okay, yeah. So our entrance over here is really kind of this thing. So you got to come down from here essentially to get in. Oh, there is an issue here. Uh, well, let's see if we can't figure this out. And that looks like it's being taken care of. Alright, so that should be it. Yeah. If I find any more stuff like that, I'll take another gander, but we should be fine for now. Alright, so just remember that. Oh, I think that's part of the power coming through the wall there. Doesn't seem quite right. Alright, so this is going to be that. This will be here. I'm kind of thinking that this should not be a bedroom. If that's going to be essentially the way that this is being entered, our bedrooms, maybe not even over here, they should definitely be back over in this section, probably. Just kind of keep the peoples out. And that being said, we do have this doorway here. Probably not the best idea to have an open doorway right off of a bedroom. So we can go and close this thing up. Now, the one problem is, and I keep forgetting this, is that this door frame is just a little bit on the bigger side. So it's going to be somewhat awkward to get a door fitting in this thing. It's like these ones. I don't know why they made this so big. Well, what was the reasoning behind that? Oh, and then these ones they don't even fit. You know, there's a quick and dirty way to do this. Alright, you're not there, you're not there, you are there. You are there. Alright. The quick and dirty way that I'm gonna propose is that we just put one of the regular doorways, and then we can, without issue, snap some doors to it. There we go. Perfect. Done. Doors are... yeah, well, my door's on that side. So that's why we're gonna do that. And then... beds. Time for the beds. I guess I still need to put down some serious power. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, honestly. I know I have the one thing kind of set up already, but it's not done till the fat lady sings, right? Alrighty. Not bad, not bad. And then we should probably leave this, like, generally, not untouched, but uncluttered. Just for the people that would be over here. So we got 3 beds here. I think 3 beds is pretty decent. We can go ahead and maybe not add in a surface, but I would definitely like. I think containers is what I want. Yeah, containers from the home. There we go. And oh, yeah, stupid walls. Yeah, as long as we're not coming in, we're okay. So I should mention, because we're kind of getting to that time, at least in the real-time recording, where I need to admit to you that you will probably not end up seeing all of decoration. The decoration. Wow, that's a new word. Decoration or decorating. But yeah, essentially, we're kind of at that moment where it's questionable whether or not you will get to see all of it. Probably not, just considering the vast amount of stuff that needs to be done. Definitely want to see the wiring, but that's kind of besides the point. If you guys are wondering where all these cat pictures came from, I'm going to give a shout out to Das Wolfen. He did a great job putting together this mod, and it adds, I think, something like 30 odd pictures. We can go to the end here in a second. They are numbered. You can see HOK and then the number. So 32. Yeah, 32. So it's pretty spectacular, the amount of pictures that were added here. All very nice. They snap to the walls just fine, just like any other regular painting or wall decoration. So just an FYI, if you guys are interested in just art additions in general, or you really like the cat stuff, then check out his mod. Once again, I gotta thank him because he did do this after witnessing my unhealthy obsession with cats. This in here, I'm thinking should be like a little bit of a hangout area, a little hangout room. So that'll definitely be nice. We could also and add maybe a table over here. This is kind of a weird corner. It's like a slice of pie. It's just a wedge, and in general, I think it's slightly problematic. We would want, ideally, probably a round table to go in this section, but I don't think there are any perfectly circular tables other than ones like this, which I'm going to admit I'm not a fan of. It's just me. Just me. We could... Oh, that's a massive table. If it wasn't that big, it might be an option. But we could go for something like this. And I would think about maybe seating someone in the back corner there, but it's probably not necessary. We can just go and place those bad boys in the front. And just add a table there, and a chair right here. Get one right there. And then I think a hanging light would actually be pretty nice in here, so there is that option. Where are you? Where are you, hanging light option? Oh, yeah, we'll do that. What I would like to do here is have a bathroom. We've done it before, and we can do it again, damn it. The possible problem here is that we don't have a great door. But whatever. You said you need privacy in a bathroom. Right, these ones won't go, yeah. The built-in stuff doesn't go. Which is unfortunate. I think that it would work, but I guess the snap places are a little different. Alright, let's go in here. And let's make it feel less than homey. Some kind of like oddly lit bathroom. I want to say this stuff is in furniture. fixtures. Well, there's definitely going to be a sink. And then a toilet would be nice. This is a metal toilet? That's pretty sweet. Alright, this is all fine and dandy, and we're gonna keep this set up here because it's important. But the problem is, we can't have everyone using the same toilet. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be some sort of, separation, for that kind of thing. So basically, we have to assign our toilets here. So, these are going to be for the, just Marcy, just Marcy. This is Marcy's toilet. Now I should say though that we didn't do this to the toilet. Oh no. Oh no. Marcy did this to the toilet, which is why Marcy gets this one, and everyone else gets the other one. It's as simple as that. I mean, when you destroy a toilet, it becomes yours, pretty much else. So yeah, there you go, Marcy. Have fun when you visit the settlement. Sit on your shitty toilet. All right, great. So we got Marcy's toilet, and then we got everyone else's toilet, and we do clean this one. Don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen. It is okay to sit there. I swear. Sort of. As long as they can get in here, they can use it and they can clean it. And then this way, hopefully, it'll be a little bit less awkward. A lot of light coming in there. I suppose this is maybe not the best. But you know what? We'll have the police, the potty police, right over here, manning these shops, making sure that people are respecting privacy, because that's not what the settlement is about. So they probably won't be. They probably won't be. All right, we'll do that. We'll put the couch there, and then I mean, what's a room without no cat pictures? Am I right? Am I right? Whoa. There we go. Actually, maybe to improve on this privacy level. Just, oh god, what have we done? Better question is, what have I done? Oh god. Gotta have them be the same level. There we go. Alright. So that's that. And then, might as well have another couch, because, when people gotta wait on other people in the bathroom, it's a serious thing. And people are gonna need lots of sitting room. Alright, so this over here is kind of like my last little ideal bedroom spot. I think it also might be a decent idea to have some like workstations over here. When I say workstations, I primarily just mean those things, the scavenging boots, because why not? If I could. It's not containers, is it? Well, yeah, containers office, yeah. That. So we got some of those. And in fact, let's not do it like that. Let's just put them up against the wall like such. And we can get them some nice little chairs. And these can be our like intelligence people. They sit here at their desks, being intelligent, doing intelligent things. Whatever that means. Bum. I think they're miscellaneous. Yes, terminals are miscellaneous. Alright. And I don't know if we have to wire these up. I don't think we do. Yeah, we do. It would be kind of nice if we didn't have to. Anyways, that is what it is over there. And like I said, it's going to be kind of like another little area for sleep. That one person can get woken up when it's time for work in the morning. Oh, maybe this isn't that bad after all. There we go. And those guys can do that stuff over there. Now, we just did a bunch of lights, so I should probably do the same thing for this kind of like working group over here. These lights will fade. This guy's gonna be the happiest, hopefully. And we might as well also give them kind of like a nice little scoot for your boot, you know, in case you just feel like chilling before you go to bed, that sort of deal. And then even out here, I think it's a good idea to have some more pitches. Oh yeah, like that one. And oh yeah, you're a good one. All right, so that should be that. What I'm gonna go ahead and do really quick is I'm gonna power this up just because it makes more sense in my mind to do that, and then we can kind of keep on keeping on with this. But yeah, with the current situation right now, I think we just kind of need to get some serious power going. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I will see you back here afterwards. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so we are back, and for the most part, this is going to be left, I guess, a little bit empty in terms of furnishings, because it's just taken so long to do, and we're ready to move on. Pretty much the things that needed to be built have been built, and we can kind of go through a little bit of a tour of it now, I suppose. So first things first, I guess we can go in here. This is going to be kind of like a little bar area. There's nothing too fancy going on. Just had the little things, the pool tables, a counter. Oddly enough, we kind of have to use our imagination, unfortunately, because I went to food and drink, and yeah, for some reason, I can build other stuff, weapons, but food and drink, no. Clinics? Yes. Clothing? Yes. Food and drink? No. There's something weird going on there. Not exactly sure what's going on, but unfortunately we can't build any of that stuff. So we just kind of have to imagine that there's another one next to this general trader that is going to kind of be the bartender, as it were. You guys probably saw this area over here where we have our shops, and then we would have our bathroom in here where we have Marcy's toilet and everyone else's toilet. And everyone else's toilet needs to be straightened out a little bit, I think. Alright, sink to wash your hands, obviously, because it's apocalypse. Doesn't mean you can throw hygiene out the door. So I changed the old lights out for these ones. In fact, these ones might be just a tad bit on the bright side. That being on the bright side is necessarily a bad idea. But just the fact that it's slightly overpowering now that I'm going through here and even I'm squinting. Alright. And for the most part, that should be pretty good. Yeah, it tempers things out. It looks a lot better this way. Definitely well lit, but not like overpowering, like, oh my god, I'm blind. So it just kind of goes into like a seating area, which this is when I kind of started to give up on the filling in of things. If I have a settlement that's a lot smaller and there's like one place that I need to furnish, I'm a lot more into it. When it just comes to like, I have to figure out how to fill in hundreds of square feet, thousands of square feet, thousands of square feet with furniture and just random shit. I lose interest, to be honest. I'm in for the building of interesting structures. But that being said, we kind of have like a little coffee bar in here, little chairs, little stuff. Same kind of deal as like the main bar up on top of us here. But this is for coffee, and they'll know what time it is and all that good stuff. And then we kind of walk into here where we have another little seating area. They can come sit at this table, do what they want to do. And then there's more or less a bedroom with kind of a few workstations back here, nothing too fancy. And then we make our way all the way to the very back bedroom, where probably the privileged few would be able to stay. And then at least one of those people, hopefully, is the guard that's going to kind of watch the ass of the settlement. Hello, Longfellow. So that is pretty much that on this side. Let's go over here, and we can go up and get another high view, and I'll just go over. This is what I should have done in the first place. So we pretty much have our stuff all connected up with wire. A little more intricate than maybe I wanted to do. I did actually start out with the new contraptions power stuff, and it definitely saves room. That's for sure, but you still end up having to deal with wires. So as far as like stepping over it and stuff, maybe it's a little bit better. I don't exactly know how much I really like using it. Um, but all in all, I mean, it wasn't too bad. So probably we'll use this again in the future, but it's definitely not as easy to work with. Just connecting wires from connector to connector works a lot faster, and that's pretty much how I did the rest of the settlement because it's just so easy to take it like along these walls and take the power wherever you need. So that's pretty much it there. More or less, this whole section over here, I gotta say, is empty, and yeah, we have houses over there and whatnot. So let's go over to the other side and we can just kind of walk through there a little bit. I did end up dropping down a couple of these guard posts that you can see here and here, but after a while, it again was just like what on every corner am I putting down a guard post kind of deal, and it got a little bit crazy. So I figured, you know what, this can be like when people go to the mall and they just walk around for no reason. That's what the settlement is for. I'm just gonna walk and walk and walk and walk. I got pathways on pathways, my friend, and you are gonna walk them. So we got this stuff all hammered out over here as well. We got some beds, a little makeshift thing. I was almost thinking like a shrine. There could be some sort of shrine type deal over here. Um, but I never really, as you can see, completed. Just dropped 2 lights and called it a day, which is pretty much the way most of this went. Like little seating area, beds, done. Um, so very, very Spartan living conditions over here. But like I said, I'd like to get to a smaller settlement, maybe like Somerville or whatever. Is that the name of it? Somerville, I think. Where it's much smaller, and I would like to try and focus on that. Kind of where we have a smaller space means less time, which means I can be more in depth and detail instead of trying to rush through these giant ass builds that essentially come out pretty empty in the long run because it's just way too big. All in all, I like the way that it came out. I think the entrances are probably going to cause a problem, and I don't know that I would do this same exact thing again. I would like to kind of go back to what we did at Echo Lake Lumber a little bit, and somewhat this. Like, it doesn't look that bad, but I'm missing the feel. I'm missing the feel that I really am looking for. And these have come out okay, and there's really cool things like this curvy bridge and that stuff and that stuff and this whole damn side. We definitely made it together, and I guess things I'm glad about. Definitely like this staircase here. I thought this thing was pretty sweet as well. So it has a lot of little interesting features on it that I do like. I do very much like. So that pretty much is going to wrap it up for us, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this build. I know we tried some different things. I know we've also been lacking on the decorations for the most part. I mean, you can even see here, like, the actual building space that we have is just ridiculously big. Let's just go into the sky for a little bit, and you can see it. I mean, we didn't even touch that whole backside of the island. At the same time, it's kind of like, what's the point though? There's literally so much space, which is nice, I suppose, if you're going to focus on a very small subset of the island. But we did some serious work over here on that front patch, and I don't know, for better or worse, it kind of is what it is. Like I was saying though, if you guys enjoyed this episode, let me know down below in that comment section. I'm always up for hearing what you guys think about this type of stuff. So if there are things you think I could have done better, maybe with these box cars, I know you guys were saying we could stack them with, I think, the warehouse supports you were saying. Just let me know, and we'll keep on keeping on with all these builds, and hopefully try and get a couple other really, really nice ones. So, anyways, guys, I hope you have a great day, great night, whatever it is to you, and I will see you back here next time for some more building in Fallout 4.